What will we do when robots and computers take over our jobs? We're living today in a world where there's genuine concern that we will soon be, most of society, the working class, will be fired from their jobs. Everything will be done in a mechanized way with computers, artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth. And how are we going to live? Well, without getting into the dire predictions that people are making, in effect, if we look in the overall context of history, it's actually a sign that we're heading towards a better type of a world. Why? Because the purpose of man was, what is life all about? Hashem created the first man, Adam Rishon, the first man. He put him in Gan Eden, he put him in the Garden of Eden, and his job was la'avdul l'shamra, to work the garden, to keep the garden. And as is explained in the teachings of Kabbalah and Chassidus, his purpose was to serve Hashem and to add greater delight for Hashem, bringing greater delight for Hashem, and therefore thereby accruing greater reward to the mankind himself. And he didn't have to work for a living. It was only after the sin of the tree of knowledge he was chased out of the Garden of Eden, and there he was told, "B'zeh asapecha, with the sweat of your brow, teichal lechem, you will eat bread, you will toil and toil, until you will return to the earth from which you came from, because you are earth and you will return to earth." So the fact that person has to has to work for a living is not considered his ultimate purpose. Obviously, if a person needs to live, he needs to work for a living, but his ultimate purpose, the ultimate characteristic of our life, the ultimate thing that we're here for, that we're able to show for ourselves, is not how much money we're able to make or how many new inventions we're able to make, but we're able to show what we're really all about. So therefore, when after the Garden of Eden, it says Hashem chased away Adam from the garden, and Adam had to work the land. It says animals, on the other hand, it says animals, lions don't have to work for a living, deers don't have to work for a living. It says because we sinned, so it says kipachtias parnasasi, we lost our parnas, our sustenance, we have to now work for a living. When Mashiach comes, the world will return to the way it was supposed to be, where man's purpose was solely to delve into connecting to Hashem and learning about Hashem, in doing mitzvahs and making the world a better place. He didn't have to focus on trying to put bread onto the table. So people today, we're living in a world where, with all the necessity to make a living, we sometimes get caught up with the mindset that what is our value, what is our contribution to life. If somebody is a good graphic designer, he's a programmer, all different things that he has, all the good qualities which Hashem endowed us with, we sometimes feel that is the ultimate purpose of creation. But now, as we get ready for the time when we have a transition, we're going to focus on our true potential, on the fact how we use out our the true characteristic of a person, which is his intellect, his soul connection with Hashem. That is his ultimate self. That is the ultimate thing he has to show for himself. So now that we're heading for that time, so we're seeing even in the physical world that we're reaching a point where we're going to soon won't have to rely on our own intellect, our own work, to be able to produce whatever needs to be done. We will come to the realization that our ultimate goal is to use our intellect to serve Hashem. So when we see that the computers are taking over our lives, that means that soon we'll reach a point that we will be free to dedicate ourselves to do what we were meant to do all along, that the computers will do the work and we'll be able to sit and realize our true potential, who we really are, what we're really all about. Now we could think that what's my role in life, that I'm a computer programmer, that I'm a this, that I'm that, all very good things, but it's not our ultimate potential. Now that those things are being taken over, man is able to dig deeper into himself and to prepare for himself in the time of Mashiach, when the world will be filled with the knowledge of Hashem. Our sole occupation will be to know Hashem, and Hashem should help, we should merit, this should take place speedily in our days. Amen.